Welcome to the Topic 7 overview video for Junior. We are jumping into Topic 7, and as we are preparing to do that, we're just going to go to the LRP site, click on Grade 5. You'll notice in the Grade 5 overview page, main page, that there is a Math Reporting 1 Mark resource linked right at the top. We've sent these out in different ways, but we've put this there as well for you to access easily. Under Topic 7, we will be dealing with representing fractions. Looking at this expectation cluster, we see that Topic 7 is based on the overall expectation B1 from the number strand. And under the expectation B1, we're focusing on students representing fractions in drawings, models, tools, and fractional notation. We're focusing on students comparing and ordering fractions at growing complexity across the grades. We're also focusing on showing equivalency, students showing equivalency across fractions, decimals, and percents. So let's get into the curriculum site here. Click on that link. Let's compare what happens across the grades. I'm going to scroll down to fractions, decimals, and percents. Let's see what the insights are in the curriculum site for us. We've seen the specific expectations in the LRP site. Now we're going to be seeing how those expectations build across the grades under fractions, decimals, and percents. You'll notice here in grade 4, students are representing fractions in drawings, as they've done before in the primary grades, but now are learning about fractional notation. There's a focus on understanding the denominator and the numerator and what that means. In grade 5, students are representing fractions that are equivalent, and now they're dealing with representations of improper fractions and mixed numbers as well. You'll notice that grade 6 curriculum does not address a lot of fractional concepts. When looking at this, there's really one expectation that addresses fractions. The rest are dealing with decimals. So what does that mean? Under this curriculum, grade 6 students are expected to have had experience with fractions, and they're connecting fractions to decimals in the thousands and, working with contexts that fractions will be involved in. But we know that grade 6 students, especially this year, will need support around grade 4 and 5 expectations in a fraction. So as a grade 6 teacher, you're looking back to these expectations from prior grades to see where students are at. Under comparing and ordering, grade 4 students are still, let's scroll down here. So under comparing and ordering, grade 4 students are still working with the fair share concepts that's carried over from primary. Now, however, you'll notice that students are comparing individual portions of 2 fair share scenarios. They're also using fractional notation, which primary doesn't touch at all, even grade 3. In grade 5, students compare and order in a broader sense, including mixed numbers and improper fractions. And then we see that B1.7 deals with decimal and fraction equivalency. I'm just going to scroll down. And then that's B1.9 for grade 4 and B1.6 for grade 6. So you'll notice the progression in what the decimals they deal with, in tenths, hundreds, and then thousands, and fractional equivalency. Also, percents are included in that in grade 5. So let's look at some of the specific expectations teacher supports under those specific expectations. So when we scroll down to B1.3 under teacher supports, you can see there are some key pieces of information that are helpful looking at what numerators and denominators are and all that. We're going to focus on representation of fractions here just for a moment. Under B1.3 in grade 5, the teacher supports provide important information. As always, teacher supports are a good place to go to have a good understanding of what we're teaching and some of the definitions of what the specific expectations are talking about. Our fraction can be represented as a quotient, as we see here. It can be represented as a part of a whole. It can be represented as a comparison, which we have called part to part, that relationship, and it can be represented as an operator. So let's jump back to the LRP site here and explore what's available for us under topic 7. So beyond the expectation cluster, the topic page provides some correlating math up lessons, as always, on the right-hand side there. If you scroll further down, we can find some sample problems and additional prompts you can use with your classroom directly on the site. So that's down here. We've got the correlating lessons for Math Up. We've got 3 categories of models and problems. But also, it's important to note that there's this More button, which links to a document that has a list of sample problems you might use with your class, along with a printable form of the expectation cluster. That's a response to a request we've had. So in grade 7 and topic 7, you can see that there's a number of sample problems you might use with your class there. Scrolling further down, we can see that there's some fluency tests available that have a few areas. And here we've got correlating fluency tests from Math Up, Number Talks, and some Number Talks fraction talks from fractiontalks.com. And if you scroll to the very bottom, beyond that, you'll see some resources, models, and tools, some that you might use that are in person, but the key here is some of the virtual resources and learning tools that are available for you, as always. So these sections are all the same across all topics: models and tools, building fluency, the ongoing focus, and they're available for each topic. So it's good. It's a good place to check things out.